Have you ever caught yourself feeling more tired than usual after a simple task, like walking up a flight of stairs or lifting a bag of groceries? Or maybe you've noticed that your muscles just aren't as strong as they used to be, and it's starting to affect the things you love doing. I totally get it. It's frustrating when you feel like your body isn't keeping up with your mind, right? What if I told you that there's one simple food you might be missing out on that can actually help you fight this muscle weakness and even help restore some of that strength you thought was gone for good? Sounds too good to be true? Stick with me here, because in the next few minutes, I'm going to share a powerful yet easy to include food that could change the way you feel about your body and your strength. No expensive supplements, no complicated routines. Before we get into it though, let me ask, have you ever heard that certain foods can actually help maintain your muscle strength as you age? Drop a 1 in the comments if you knew that, or a 2 if you're curious to learn more. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Now, trust me, this food is something you'll want to add to your diet immediately, and by the end of this video, you'll know exactly why and how to do it. So, stick with me to the end, I promise, it'll be worth it. And before we dive in, don't forget to like this video if you're ready to learn how to feel stronger again, and share it with someone who might need this little secret too. Understanding muscle loss and why it happens. Let me ask you something, how many times have you noticed that, as you've gotten older, your muscles just aren't as strong as they used to be? It might be something simple, like feeling more fatigued after walking a few blocks, or even just lifting a bag of groceries feels more tiring than before. It's frustrating, right? I know a lot of us feel this way, and I've heard it countless times from people just like you. And I totally get it, it's hard to accept when you feel like your body isn't keeping up with your mind. But here's the good news, muscle loss doesn't have to be inevitable. You don't have to just sit back and accept the fact that your muscles will keep shrinking with age. In fact, there's a lot you can do to slow down, and even reverse, this process. But first, let's talk about why muscle loss happens in the first place. As we get older, our muscles naturally begin to shrink in a process called sarcopenia. This condition starts in your 30s, and as you age, it becomes more pronounced. At first, you might not even notice it, but over time, it starts to show up as fatigue, weakness, and difficulty doing the things you used to do with ease. It can feel like one day you're walking with energy, and the next, you're winded after climbing a few steps. And it's not just about feeling tired, it's about losing muscle mass, which means your body's ability to perform those everyday tasks begins to diminish. Now, why does this happen? Let's break it down. As we age, our body's ability to produce key hormones that help with muscle growth and maintenance starts to decrease. Hormones like growth hormone, testosterone, and estrogen are responsible for building and maintaining muscle mass. But here's the thing, as we get older, our bodies don't produce these hormones as efficiently. Without these hormones, muscle recovery becomes slower, and muscle tissue doesn't get rebuilt the way it used to. So, what happens next? Our bodies start to replace muscle mass with fat. This is why many people feel like they're gaining weight, even if they're not eating much more than before. So, the bottom line is that muscle loss is tied to a combination of factors, including hormonal changes, physical inactivity, and nutritional gaps. You're probably wondering, what can I do to fight this muscle loss? Well, before we get to that, let's take a closer look at how muscle loss really affects us. One of the biggest challenges with muscle loss is that it doesn't just affect your physical strength, it can affect your entire lifestyle. You might start feeling weaker, more fatigued, and just not as capable of doing things you once enjoyed. The idea of going for a walk or carrying a bag of groceries might seem like a bigger challenge than it used to. And as these changes add up, you can start to feel a little less independent. That's a tough pill to swallow, especially when you used to be able to do it all without thinking twice. I know it can be frustrating, but the good news is, this doesn't have to be your reality. It's possible to regain your strength and slow down or even reverse muscle loss with the right actions. And guess what? You can start today. Now, I bet you're thinking, what can I do to make a difference? How can I stop my muscles from shrinking any further? You're probably asking these questions, and I'm so glad you are. But here's something that might surprise you. The secret to fighting muscle loss isn't just about doing more exercise or lifting heavier weights. It starts with something much simpler than that, a food. Yes, a food. And this food can help you restore muscle strength, boost your energy, and feel better than you have in years. But before I tell you exactly what this food is, let's take a second to reflect. Have you noticed any changes in your body that you think might be linked to muscle loss? Maybe you've found it harder to get out of bed in the morning, or perhaps you can't carry your groceries up the stairs without feeling exhausted. I want to hear from you. Has muscle loss affected your life in any way? Drop a 1 if you felt these changes, or a 2 if you feel like you're still as strong as ever. I love hearing about your experiences and how you're navigating this journey. It's important to remember, you're not alone in this. We're all going through it together, and the more we talk about it, the better we can help each other. Now, here's where it gets exciting. I'm going to share with you a food that's incredibly powerful when it comes to fighting muscle loss. This food isn't something you need to go out of your way to find, it's something that's probably already in your kitchen. But before I reveal what it is, let me ask you, do you think food can play a role in keeping your muscles strong as you age? Drop a 1 if you already knew that, or a 2 if you're surprised. I'm curious to see who's already on board with using food to keep muscles strong. Trust me, when you hear about this food and start incorporating it into your daily meals, you'll begin to feel the difference in your body. It's simple, natural, and powerful, and it could be just what you need to stop muscle loss in its tracks and regain your strength. And if you're ready to learn about this game-changing food, stay with me, because I'm about to share it with you, and I'll show you how to use it to start feeling stronger, more energized, and more in control of your body again. Don't go anywhere, this is just the beginning. The food you need to combat muscle loss. Alright, let's get to the heart of the matter. You've probably been wondering by now, what is this magic food that can help restore your muscle strength? Well, the food I'm talking about is protein. Yes, that's right. It's the same nutrient you've probably heard about when people talk about building muscle, but here's the thing, protein isn't just for bodybuilders. It's essential for all of us, especially as we get older, to help keep our muscles strong and to prevent muscle loss. So why is protein so crucial? Let me break it down for you. When you eat protein, your body breaks it down into amino acids, which are the building blocks for your muscles. These amino acids are essential for repairing and rebuilding muscle tissue. When you're not getting enough protein, your muscles can't recover properly after physical activity, and that's when you start to feel weak, fatigued, and worn out. But here's the kicker, many seniors don't get enough protein in their daily diet. This is a big reason why muscle loss accelerates as we age. When you don't have enough protein, your muscles don't have the necessary fuel to rebuild and grow stronger. It's a simple concept, but so many people miss it. I'm going to ask you again, how much protein do you think you're getting every day? Drop a 1 if you're already focused on getting plenty of protein, or a 2 if you haven't really thought about it. I'd love to hear where you stand on this. Here's the thing, your body needs more protein as you age to maintain muscle mass. Research shows that seniors who consume higher amounts of protein actually experience less muscle loss and even gain muscle mass when they combine it with strength training. It's a win-win. Now, let's talk about how much protein you really need. Most people need about 1.0 to 1.2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight each day. That means if you weigh 150 pounds, about 68 kilograms, you'd need around 68 to 82 grams of protein daily. It's not as hard as it sounds when you break it down, and I'll show you exactly how to get there. For example, a single egg contains about 6 grams of protein, and a serving of chicken breast, about 3 ounces, contains 21 grams. If you can get a serving of protein at every meal, you'll be well on your way to meeting your daily protein goal. But it's not just about quantity, it's about quality. Protein from animal sources like lean meats, eggs, and dairy products tend to be higher in essential amino acids, which are great for muscle repair. But if you prefer plant-based sources, you can get protein from beans, lentils, tofu, quinoa, and other legumes. I bet you're thinking, well, that sounds great, but how do I actually add more protein to my meals? It doesn't have to be complicated. You can start your day with scrambled eggs or a protein-packed smoothie. Add grilled chicken or tofu to your salad at lunch, and make a high-protein dinner with fish, beans, or lentils. And here's an easy tip, don't wait until dinner to eat your protein. It's best to spread your protein intake throughout the day, so your muscles can consistently get the nutrients they need. For example, you can have yogurt with fruit for breakfast, a turkey sandwich for lunch, and fish or a veggie stir-fry for dinner. Another important thing to note is that protein alone is not enough. Combining protein with some strength training exercises is the key to preserving muscle mass. When you eat protein, and then you do a little bit of resistance training or weight-bearing exercise, you create the perfect environment for muscle recovery and growth. And the best part? You don't have to do intense workouts. Even simple exercises like bodyweight squats, resistance band workouts, or light dumbbell exercises can make a huge difference. So, let me ask you, are you including protein in every meal? If you are, drop a yes in the comments. If not, Drop a no, and tell me what protein-rich foods you're thinking of adding to your diet. I'm here to help you figure out the best way to make protein a bigger part of your daily routine. And if you haven't already, don't forget to hit the like button and share this video with someone who might need a little extra protein in their life. And, of course, make sure to subscribe to the channel for more tips on staying strong and healthy as we age. Let's keep going. Now that you know how much protein you need, let's talk about how you can make sure you're getting enough protein each day, without feeling like you have to overcomplicate your meals. Because, trust me, it's easier than you think. Strength training, the key to maintaining muscle health. Now that we've covered the importance of protein in maintaining muscle strength, let's talk about something else that's just as crucial for keeping your muscles in top shape: strength training. I know, when people hear strength training, they often think it means lifting heavy weights at the gym or doing intense exercises. But let me tell you, strength training for seniors doesn't have to be complicated. In fact, you can start with simple exercises right in your own living room. And I promise, it will make a world of difference in your muscle health. Here's the thing, as we age, we lose muscle mass naturally. But the good news is, strength training can stop this in its tracks and even help rebuild muscle. In fact, studies show that strength training can help seniors regain muscle mass and strength, improve balance, and reduce the risk of falls. And the best part? You don't need to become a bodybuilder to see these benefits. You can start with light weights or resistance bands and gradually increase intensity as you feel more comfortable. Let me ask you, have you ever tried any form of strength training before? Drop a 1 if you have, or a 2 if you're new to this whole idea. I'd love to hear about your experiences or where you might be feeling a bit unsure about strength exercises. You see, strength training is a perfect complement to the protein you're adding to your diet. When you lift weights or use resistance bands, you're creating tiny tears in your muscle fibers. This is completely normal, and here's the key: when those muscles repair, they rebuild stronger than before, and protein is what helps them do that. That's why combining these two, strength training and protein, is so effective at maintaining and even rebuilding muscle mass. Now, you might be thinking, how do I get started? The answer is simple: start small. If you're new to strength training, begin with light exercises, like bodyweight squats, modified push-ups, or using resistance bands. These exercises can be done at home, and they target major muscle groups like your legs, back, and arms. For example, chair squats are a fantastic exercise to start with. Simply stand in front of a chair, and as you lower your body, sit down lightly on the chair, then stand back up. This movement engages your legs, glutes, and core, helping to build strength in these areas. Don't worry about going low at first, just focus on getting the movement right. You can always increase the range of motion as you feel more confident. Another great exercise is wall push-ups. These are perfect if regular push-ups feel a bit too challenging. Stand facing a wall, place your hands on the wall at shoulder height, and slowly lower your body toward the wall before pushing back up. This is a gentle way to engage your arms, chest, and shoulders, and it's a great way to build upper body strength. And if you're ready for a little more challenge, resistance bands are a fantastic tool. They're inexpensive, easy to use, and they offer a great way to build strength without heavy weights. You can use them for a variety of exercises, including arm curls, leg presses, and even seated row exercises that work your back and shoulders. I bet you're wondering, how often should I be doing this? It doesn't have to be every day. In fact, for beginners, 2 to 3 sessions per week is plenty to start seeing improvements. The key is consistency, not intensity. As you get more comfortable, you can start increasing the frequency or resistance. Here's another important note: form matters more than intensity. If you rush through your exercises, you won't see the same benefits. Take your time, focus on proper form, and gradually increase the difficulty level when you feel ready. Trust me, your muscles will thank you for it. Now, I'm sure some of you might be thinking, but I don't have the energy to do these exercises every day. That's totally understandable. We all have our days when we just don't feel up to it. But the key here is to start small and stay consistent. Even just a few minutes of strength training can make a huge difference in the long run. And, as a little extra motivation, remember that strength training does more than just build muscle. It improves your balance, which reduces the risk of falls, something that becomes increasingly important as we age. It also boosts your metabolism, helps you burn fat, and can even improve your mood. So, it's not just about building muscle, it's about feeling better overall. So, let me ask you one more time, Are you ready to start strength training or build on what you've already done? Drop a 1 if you're excited to try some of these exercises, or a 2 if you're still unsure. And remember, no matter where you are in your fitness journey, it's never too late to start. Before we move on, don't forget to like this video if you've found these tips helpful and subscribe so you can keep up with more content like this. We've got more tips coming your way on how to stay strong, healthy, and independent as you age. Stay with me, because next, we'll talk about how to make sure your body is recovering properly so that all this strength training and protein can really pay off. The importance of rest and recovery for muscle health. Now that we've talked about the importance of protein and strength training, let's move on to something that's often overlooked but just as crucial for building and maintaining muscle strength: rest and recovery. I know, it's easy to think that more exercise means more results, right? But here's the thing. Your muscles don't actually grow while you're working out. They grow and rebuild while you're resting. Think of rest as the magic ingredient that lets your muscles recover and become stronger than before. And when you don't give your muscles the time they need to recover, you risk overtraining, fatigue, and injury. So, here's my question to you. Are you giving your muscles enough time to recover? Drop a 1 if you make rest a priority after your workouts, or a 2 if you feel like you could do better in this area. I'd love to hear how you're balancing exercise and recovery. When you exercise, especially with strength training, you're actually causing tiny tears in your muscle fibers. Don't worry, this is completely normal and is part of the muscle building process. Your body needs time to repair those muscle fibers, and that repair is what leads to stronger muscles. But if you keep exercising without allowing those muscles to rest and rebuild, you won't see the progress you're hoping for. Here's the key. Muscle recovery isn't just about taking a day off from exercise, it's about giving your body the time and tools it needs to repair muscle tissue properly. And that means focusing on things like sleep, nutrition, and light movement. Let's talk about sleep for a minute. I know it can be tempting to cut sleep short, especially if you're trying to stay productive, but here's the thing, your body needs quality sleep to repair itself. While you sleep, your body produces growth hormones, which help rebuild muscle tissue and repair the damage caused by exercise. If you're skimping on sleep, you're not giving your body the opportunity to do this critical work. And here's a helpful tip: aim for at least 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep each night. Make your bedroom as relaxing as possible, cool, dark, and quiet. Try to avoid screens before bedtime and stick to a regular sleep schedule. Your muscles will thank you for it. Now, sleep is one piece of the puzzle, but active recovery is another. You don't have to spend all your rest days lying on the couch. Light, low-impact exercises can actually help speed up the recovery process. Activities like walking, gentle stretching, yoga, or swimming can keep blood flowing to your muscles without putting too much strain on them. These activities help deliver oxygen and nutrients to the muscles, which speeds up the healing process. Stretching is another great way to help your muscles recover. It improves flexibility, reduces muscle tightness, and enhances circulation. After a strength training session, spend a few minutes gently stretching the muscles you worked. It doesn't have to be anything intense, just a few stretches can help your body relax and reduce stiffness. Let's talk about nutrition again. While protein is crucial for muscle repair, your body also needs the right nutrients to help with recovery. Make sure you're eating a balanced diet that includes healthy fats, complex carbohydrates, and a variety of vitamins and minerals. Foods like leafy greens, avocados, and whole grains provide essential nutrients that help reduce inflammation and support muscle repair. And don't forget to stay hydrated. Water plays a vital role in muscle recovery, so make sure you're drinking enough throughout the day. And here's something you might not know: overtraining is a real thing. It can happen when you push yourself too hard without giving your muscles time to rest. The signs of overtraining include fatigue, irritability, trouble sleeping, and even a decrease in performance. If you feel like you're stuck in a cycle of overtraining, it might be time to take a step back and focus on rest. So, how much rest do you really need between strength training sessions? Experts recommend taking at least 48 hours of rest between working the same muscle group. If you're doing a full body workout, give yourself a day or 2 to recover before hitting the gym again. This doesn't mean you can't stay active, just focus on other activities that don't strain your muscles, like walking, swimming, or stretching. But here's the key to all of this: consistency. Make rest and recovery just as much of a priority as your workouts. The combination of proper sleep, active recovery, good nutrition, and time between workouts will set you up for success in building and maintaining muscle strength. Let me ask you, Do you prioritize recovery after your workouts? If you feel like you could improve in this area, drop a 1 in the comments and let me know what changes you're planning to make. If you already have a solid recovery routine, drop a yes and share your tips with the community. Remember, muscle recovery is where the magic happens. By incorporating proper rest into your routine, you'll not only improve muscle growth, but you'll also feel better, avoid injury, and keep your energy levels high. Before we move on, make sure to like this video if you're learning something new today, and don't forget to subscribe for more tips on how to stay strong and healthy. We've got more great content coming your way that you won't want to miss. Now that you know how important recovery is, let's talk about the final piece of the puzzle: how to keep your muscles strong over time and avoid muscle loss in the future. Stick with me. Alright, let's recap everything we've covered so far. Today, we've learned that muscle loss is a natural part of aging, but the good news is that it's not something we just have to accept. By taking the right steps, we can slow down muscle loss, restore strength, and stay active as we age. First, we talked about the importance of protein, the building block of muscle. Protein helps to rebuild and repair muscle tissue, and it's crucial to add enough protein to our diet, especially as we get older. By consuming more protein from high-quality sources, you can support muscle maintenance and prevent muscle mass from shrinking over time. Next, we discuss strength training, a key part of the equation. Strength training is essential for maintaining and building muscle mass. Don't worry, this doesn't mean you need to spend hours at the gym. Simple exercises like chair squats, wall push-ups, and resistance band exercises can go a long way in helping you stay strong and healthy. Then, we focused on the importance of rest and recovery. It's easy to think that more exercise equals more results, but the truth is, your muscles grow when you rest. Quality sleep, stretching, and light activities all help your body recover and rebuild muscle after strength training. So, now that we know the steps to combat muscle loss, how do we keep this up in the long run? It's about consistency. You don't need to change your entire routine overnight, but by adding more protein to your meals, getting consistent with strength training, and prioritizing recovery, you'll be giving your muscles what they need to stay strong and healthy. Here's something I want you to remember: it's never too late to start. Even if you're in your 60s, 70s, or beyond, it's possible to regain muscle strength and improve your overall health with the right habits. The key is starting small, being consistent, and gradually building these habits into your daily life. So, how will you get started? Here's your challenge: for the next week, make it a point to add more protein to your meals. Whether it's adding an egg to your breakfast, having a protein-rich snack, or including more lean meats or plant-based proteins, take one small step to support your muscles. And don't forget about strength training. Start with a simple bodyweight exercise or resistance bands, and aim for 2 to 3 times a week. Remember, consistency is key, and you'll be amazed at how quickly your body starts to respond. Finally, I want to remind you that recovery is just as important as the workout itself. Make sure you're getting enough sleep and taking rest days between strength training sessions. Active recovery, like walking or stretching, will help keep your muscles in good shape while allowing them to repair and rebuild. So, here's my final question: what's the first step you're going to take today to fight muscle loss and regain strength? Drop a 1 in the comments if you're already on track, or a 2 if you're ready to start today. I'm excited to hear what you're planning. If you found this video helpful, like, share, and subscribe for more tips on staying strong and healthy as you age. Your support helps us create more content to help people like you live their best, healthiest life. Thank you so much for watching, and remember, you're never too old to feel strong, empowered, and healthy. Take care of your muscles today, and they'll take care of you tomorrow.